Hello, my name is Howard Bundy. I'm an attorney in the state of Washington. For over 30 years, my career has focused on franchise law. I want to talk for a few minutes about just what is a franchise. Please keep in mind that what I say here is general information about the law, and you should not take it as being legal advice. The first thing you need to understand about a franchise is that it does not matter what you call it. Whether you call it a franchise, a license, a distributorship, a partnership, a joint venture, or something else, if it meets the legal definition, it is a franchise. If it is a franchise, it is subject to the franchise laws. It also does not matter whether the arrangement is written or oral. You can create a franchise with a handshake or with a 100-page contract. According to the Federal Trade Commission, a franchise is any business relationship with three elements. 1, the franchisee's business is identified or associated with the franchisor's trademark. 2, the franchisor has a significant degree of control over the franchisee's operation or provides significant assistance. And 3, the franchisee pays or agrees to pay money. A number of states also regulate franchising and have adopted their own definitions. Several states eliminate the word significant and find a franchise where there is any control or even a recommendation as to some aspect of how to operate the business. Some states offer a somewhat narrower definition by requiring that the association between the business and the trademark be substantial. The FTC rule preempts the narrower state statutes. However, there is no preemption of broader state definitions. If you are considering franchising your business, you need to consult with an attorney who can walk you through the thicket of seemingly inconsistent and overlapping rules and regulations. If you think about it, these definitions are very broad. The key is whether you allow someone to use your trademark in their business. The other two elements, assistance and payment of money, are almost always present. So focus on the trademark. If you're letting someone use it in connection with their business, you may have sold a franchise. So what are the consequences of meeting one of the definitions of franchise in some business deal? If you trigger the FTC definition, you must prepare and deliver a franchise disclosure document before you can let the franchisee sign a binding contract or pay you any money. This applies in every state. If you trigger a state definition, you must prepare and deliver a franchise disclosure document, whether or not you would be required to do so by the FTC rule. In about a dozen states, there is an additional requirement that you file the franchise disclosure document with the state and obtain a license or registration before you make any offers or sales in that state. If you sell a franchise without complying with the law, you may have personal liability for any damages or losses suffered by the person who purchased. You could encounter a federal or state law enforcement action. Ignorance of the law may not excuse you. If you are considering letting someone use your trademark, you need to consult with a franchise attorney to be sure that you're in compliance. So what is a franchise disclosure document? It tends to be a 15 to 50-page document, excluding exhibits. Its purpose is to provide prospective franchisees with a baseline of the most important information they need to decide whether to invest in a franchise. It is broken down into 23 discrete categories of information. It is similar to a prospectus that you would be familiar with in the context of stocks, bonds, and securities. The concept is the same, but it is somewhat less complex, a bit more structured, and it's supposed to be in plain English. We plan to go deeper into the contents and purposes of the FDD in another video, so check back. I hope this gives you a sense of the definition of a franchise and of your need for independent legal advice before embarking on a business transaction that might meet the definition of a franchise. In other words, any transaction where you permit someone else to use your trademark in their business. If you have questions about the content of this video, you may reach me at www.bundylawfirm.com. Thank you very much.